Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Vandeyam Shri Guru Shiyatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shirubam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shirana Krishna Varan Sahagana Lalita Shivashakam Vitam Scha Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananshana Shalakya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasma Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bisham Supurakam Gurganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindabidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavananam Balarka Shailanshitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Varam Banditam Shivanam Madeka Sharanam Nyashishvara Shridaram Vanshakopatarubyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. This is Madhya-lila chapter 8, talks between the Lord and Ramananda Raya. This is text 132. So Mahaprabhu is asking questions of Ramananda Raya, and Ramananda Raya is giving the answers. In this way, Ramananda Raya is being placed in the position of instructing Mahaprabhu, but at the same time, Ramananda Raya feels that the Lord is causing him to dance just like a person pulling on the strings of a puppet. So, Raya ko he aminat tumi sutradar jay mata nachal taiche chahi nachibar. Sri Ramananda Raya said, I am a dancing puppet and you pull the strings. Whichever way you make me dance, I will dance. Morajiva bina jantra tumi bina dari Tomaramani jay ute tatai uchari. My dear Lord, my tongue is just like a stringed instrument, and you are its player. Therefore, I simply vibrate whatever arises in your mind. Parameshwara Krishna Swayam Bhagavan Sarva Avatari Sarva Karana Pradhan. Ramananda Raya then began to speak on Krishna Tattva. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he said. He is personally the original Godhead, the source of all incarnations and the cause of all causes. Ananta Vaikuntara, Ananta Avatar, Ananda Brahmanda, Ihan, Savara Adar. There are innumerable Vaikuntha planets as well as innumerable incarnations. In the material world also there are innumerable universes, and Krishna is the supreme resting place for all of them. Sachidananda Tanu Brajendra Nandan Sarvaishvaryas Sarvashakti Sarvarasapurna. The transcendental body of Sri Krishna is eternal and full of bliss and knowledge. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. He is full of all opulences and potencies, as well as all spiritual rasas. Sarva Rasa Purna. He's full with all the different rasas. which he exchanges with his devotees. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. This verse is from the Brahma Samhita. Vrindavanaya Prakrita Navina Madan Kama Gayatri Kama Bijay Jarupasan. In the spiritual realm of Vrindavan, Krishna is the spiritual, ever-fresh Cupid. He is worshipped by the chanting of the Kama Gayatri mantra with a spiritual seed, Klim. Purusha Yoshit Kiva Sabara Jangama Sarva Chitakara Karshaka Sakat Manmata Madan. The very name Krishna means that he attracts even Cupid. He is therefore attractive to everyone, male and female, moving and inert living entities. Indeed, Krishna is known as the all-attractive one. Tasam avirabuts churi smayamana mukambuja pitambara dara shragvi sakshan manmata. When Krishna left the Rasa-lila dance, the gopis became very morose, and when they were grieving, Krishna reappeared dressed in yellow garments, wearing a flower garland and smiling. He was attractive even to Cupid. In this way, Krishna appeared among the gopis. Nana bhaktir rasamrita nana bida hoy, say sab rasamritera vishaya ashroy. Each and every devotee has a certain type of rasa in relation to Krishna. But in all transcendental relationships, the devotee is a worshipper, ashray, and Krishna is the object of worship, vishai. Each and every devotee has a certain type of transcendental rasa in relation to Krishna, but in all relationships, the devotee is a worshipper, ashray, and Krishna is the object of worship, vishai. Akila rasamrita murti prasri mara ruchi ruda taraka pali kalita shama lalito radha prayan vidur jayati. Let Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, be glorified. By virtue of his expanding attractive features, he subjugated the gopis named Taraka and Pali and absorbed the minds of Shama and Lalita. He is the most attractive lover of Srimati Radharani and is the reservoir of pleasure for devotees in all transcendental rasas. Shringara Rasaraj Maya Murtidar Atevatma Parjanta Sarva Chittahar. Krishna is all attractive for devotees in all mellows because he is the personification of the conjugal mellow. Krishna is attractive not only to all the devotees but to himself as well. Shringara Rasaraj Maya Murtidar Ateva Atma Parjanta Sarva Chittahar. Shringara Rasaraj. So Krishna's Rasaraj and Krishna is Rasaraj and Radharani is Mahabhava. So Shringara Rasaraj Moi Murtidhar. He is full with the conjugal relationship, or he is full with the Madhurya Ras. Krishna is all attractive for devotees in all rasas because he is the personification of Rasa Raj. He is a personification of Sringara Ras, or Madhurya Ras. Krishna is attractive not only to all the devotees, but to himself as well. Vishvesham Asura Vishvesham Nuranjanena Janayan Anandam Indivara Srini Shamala Komalar Upanayan Angar Anangotsavam Swachandam Raja Sundaribir Abhita Prati Angam Alingita Shringara Saki Murtiman Eva Madho Mudgo Hari Kridati. My dear friends, just see how Sri Krishna is enjoying the season of spring with the gopis embracing each of his limbs. He is like amorous love personified. With his transcendental pastimes, he enlivens all the gopis and the entire creation. With his soft bluish-black arms and legs, which resemble blue lotus flowers, he has created a festival for Cupid. Lakshmi Kantari Avatarer Harerman. Lakshmi Kantari Avatarer Hareman. Lakshmi Adi Nareganer Koryakarshan. He also attracts Narayan, who is the incarnation of Shankarshan and the husband of the goddess of fortune. He attracts not only Narayan, but also all women, headed by the goddess of fortune, the consort of Narayan. So even Lakshmi herself, she is attracted to Krishna. Dvijat Majai me Yuvayor Didrikshuna. Dvijat Majai me Yuvayor Didrikshuna. Mayo Panita Bhuvi Dharma Guptaye Kala Vatirnav Avaner Varasuran Hatveha Bhuyas Tarayetam Antime. Addressing Krishna and Arjuna, Lord Mahavishnu, the Mahapurusha said, I wanted to see both of you, and therefore I have brought the sons of the Brahmana here. Both of you have appeared in the material world to reestablish religious principles, and you have both appeared here with all your potencies. After killing all the demons, please quickly return to the spiritual world. As a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam concerning Krishna's endeavor to take Arjuna beyond the material universe when Arjuna was searching for the sons of a Brahmin. Lord Mahavishnu, who is situated beyond this material world, was also attracted by the bodily features of Krishna. Mahavishnu had actually stolen the sons of the Brahmin in Dwarka so that Krishna and Arjuna would come visit him. This verse is quoted to show that Krishna is so attractive that he attracts Mahavishnu. So once when Arjuna was in Dwarka, one Brahmin approached him and said that his son had died, and this was something that incongruous with the reign of the Pandavas, because he was saying that no father should have to see that his son dies before him. So then, in this way, he complained to Arjuna about something not being right in the kingdom, and Arjuna went looking for the son of that Brahmin. The sons of the Brahmin. And first Krishna went to Yamaraj, and he went to Varuna, and he searched everywhere, and he couldn't find the sons of the Brahmin. He went to the place, the kingdom of death and everything, but finally it turns out that Mahavishnu had stolen the sons of the Brahmin, because Mahavishnu had desire that Krishna would come there looking for the sons of the Brahmin, because Mahavishnu wanted to see Krishna. Kashanu bhavo shana deva vidmahe tavangarenu sparashadidkara yadvanshaya shrir lalana charatapo vihaya kaman suchiram dritavrita. O Lord, we do not know how the serpent Kaliya attained such an opportunity to be touched by the dust of your lotus feet. For this end, the goddess of fortune performed austerities for centuries, giving up all other desires and observing austere vows. Indeed, we do not know how this serpent Kaliya got such an opportunity. And it's especially noted in this verse that who is speaking is the Nagapatnis, the wives of Kaliya. And they are expressing gratitude to Krishna because Kaliya was poisoning the Jamuna River, and Krishna went out to defeat him. He was doing so because he was afraid of Garuda, the carrier of the Lord, and Krishna danced on the hoods of that Kaliya serpent in subduing him. And the wives of Kaliya said, we do not know how her husband got this opportunity to be blessed by the dust from Krishna's lotus feet. And then the important point here in this verse is the Nagapatnis say that even Lakshmi herself, she underwent severe austerities for a long time in trying to obtain the association of Krishna. Even though she's married to Narayan, she still has desire to be with Krishna. So she engaged in so many austerities for many, many years, but to obtain Krishna's association. But then we also find out that even though she did so, she was unsuccessful. And why is that? Because Lakshmi is in the atmosphere of what's called Aishvarya Gyan, which means awe and reverence, opulence, majesty. That is her mood, obviously. She's the goddess of fortune. That must be her mood. But that mood is incompatible with entering into Krishna's Leela. But here it says, even that Lakshmi, she underwent so many austerities trying to get Krishna's association. So everyone is attracted to Krishna. Apana madhurya hare, apana raman, apani chahe korite alingan. Lord Krishna's sweetness is so attractive that it steals away his own mind. Thus even he wants to embrace himself. Aparikalita purva kaschamatkharakari svurati mamagariyan Esha madhurya pura ayamaham api handa prikshayam labdacheta sarabasam upabhoktum kamaye radikeva. Upon seeing his own reflection in a bejeweled pillar of his Dwarka palace, Krishna desired to embrace it, saying, alas, I have never seen such a person before. Who is he? Just by seeing him, I have become eager to embrace him, exactly like Srimati Radharani. Lord Krishna's sweetness is so attractive that it steals away his own mind. Thus he even wants to embrace himself. And this has something to do with Mahaprabhu's own appearance. That he wants to taste the love of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, he comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But her mood is also desiring to taste the sweetness of Krishna. Eta sankepi kohila Krishnara swarup, ebe sankepi kohe shuna radha tattvarup. Sri Ramananda Raya then said, I have thus briefly explained the original form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Now let me describe the position of Srimati Radharani. Krishnara Ananta Shakti Tate Teen Pradhan Chit Shakti Maya Shakti Jiva Shakti Nam Krishna has unlimited potencies, which can be divided into three main parts. These are the spiritual potency, the material potency, and the marginal potency, which is known as the living entities. Antaranga Bahiranga Tatastaka Hejare Antaranga Swarup Shakti Sabarupare. In other words, these are all potencies of God, internal, external, and marginal. But the internal potency is the Lord's personal energy and stands over the other two. Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta Chitragyakya Tata Para Avidya Karma Samgyaya Tritiya Shaktir Ishyate. The original potency of Lord Vishnu is superior or spiritual, and the living entities actually belong to that superior energy. But there is another energy called the material energy, and this third energy is full of ignorance. So the internal energy of the Lord, which is the Chit Shakti, is the spiritual world. And then the living entities also are of the energy Apara-prakriti. There's Apara, which is material, and then there's Para-prakriti, the living entities who are within this material nature, but they're sparks of consciousness. They are jiva souls. They are all belonging to Krishna's marginal potency. And then there's the material energy. Satchidanandamoy Krishnara Sarup Ateva Sarup Shakti Hoitina Rup. Originally, Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha, the transcendental form of eternity, bliss, and knowledge. Therefore, his personal potency, the internal potency, has three different forms. Anandamshe Ladini, Sadamshe Sandini, Chitamshe Samvit, Jarigyana Korimani. Ladini is his aspect of bliss, and Radharani is of that Ladini potency. Ladini is his aspect of bliss. Sandini of eternal existence. And Samvit of cognizance, which is also accepted as knowledge. Ladini, Sandini, Samvit, Tvayeka, Sarva, Samshraye, Ladadapa, Kori, Mishra, Tvayino, Gunavarjite. My dear Lord, you are the transcendental reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Your pleasure potency, existence potency, and knowledge potency are actually all one internal spiritual potency. The conditioned soul, although actually spiritual, sometimes experiences pleasure, sometimes pain, and sometimes a mixture of pain and pleasure. This is due to his being touched by matter. But because you are above all material qualities, these are not found in you. Your superior spiritual potency is completely transcendental, and for you there is no such thing as relative pleasure, pleasure mixed with pain, or pain itself. Krishna ke alade tate nama ladini se shakti dware sukha ashvade apani. The potency called Ladini gives Krishna transcendental pleasure. Through this pleasure potency, Krishna personally tastes all spiritual pleasure. Sukha Rup Krishna Kore Sukha Shvadan Bhaktagane Sukha Dite Ladini Karan. Lord Krishna tastes all kinds of transcendental happiness, although he himself is happiness personified. The pleasure relished by his pure devotees is also manifested by his pleasure potency. Ladinir Saramsha Tara Premanam Ananda Chinmoy Rasa Primera Akyan. The most essential part of this pleasure potency is love of Godhead, prema. Consequently, the explanation of love of Godhead is also a transcendental mellow full of pleasure. Sananda Chinmoy Ras. The explanation of love of God, it is Ananda Chinmoy Ras. A transcendental mellow full of pleasure. Primera Paramarasar Mahabhava Jani Se Mahabhava Rup Radha Thakurani. The essential part of love of God, it is called Mahabhava, transcendental ecstasy. And that ecstasy is represented by Srimati Radharani. Tayor api ubayor madhye radhika sarvatadika Mahabhava Swarupeyam Gunar Ativariyasi. Among the gopis of Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani and another gopi are considered chief. But when we compare the gopis, it appears that Srimati Radharani is most important because her real feature expresses the highest ecstasy of love. The ecstasy of love experienced by the other gopis cannot be compared to that of Srimati Radharani. So as I said, Krishna is Rasaraj, the source of Madhurya Ras and all the other rasas which are supporting Maharas. Krishna is Rasaraj and Radharani is Mahabhava. Among the gopis of Vrindavan, Srimati Radharani and another gopi are considered chief, but when we compare the gopis, it appears that Srimati Radharani is most important because her real feature expresses the highest ecstasy of love, Mahabhava. The ecstasy of love experienced by the other gopis cannot be compared to that of Srimati Radharani. Primara Swarup Deha Prima Vibhavita Krishnara Priyasi Shrestha Jagate Vidita. The body of Srimati Radharani is a veritable transformation of love of Godhead. She is the dearmost friend of Krishna, and this is known throughout the world. Ananda Chinmoya Rasa Pratibhavita Bis Tabir Ya Eva Nija Rupataya Kalabi Goloka Eva Nivasati Akilat Mabuto Govinda Mariparusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who resides in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, who resembles his own spiritual figure and who embodies the ecstatic potency, Ladini. Their companions are her confidants, who embody extensions of her bodily form and who are imbued and permeated with ever blissful spiritual ras. So in one sense we could say all the living entities in all the different rasas are there, and all those rasas are supporting Madhurya Ras. They're all meant to give variety and taste to Madhurya Ras and to the loving affairs of Shri Radha and Krishna. Say Mahabhava Hoy Chintamani Sar Krishna Bansha Purna Kore Ekaryatar. That supreme ecstasy of Srimati Radharani is the essence of spiritual life. Her only business is to fulfill all the desires of Krishna. Mahabhava Chintamani Radhara Swarup Lalitadi Sakitara Kaya Vyuharup. Srimati Radharani is the topmost spiritual gem, and the other gopis, Lalita, Vishaka, and so on, are expansions of her spiritual body. Radha Prati Krishna Sneha Sugandhi Udbartan Tate Ate Sugandhi Deho Ujjwala Varan. Srimati Radharani's transcendental body is brilliant in luster and full of all fragrances. Lord Krishna's affection for her is like a perfumed massage. Karunyamrita Dharaya Snana Pratama Tarunyamrita Dharaya Snana Madhyama. Srimati Radharani takes her first bath in the shower of the nectar of compassion, and she takes her second bath in the nectar of youth. Lavanyamrita Dharaya Taduparisnan Nijalaja Shama Pata Shatati Paridan. Lavanyamrita dharaya taduparisnan nijalaja shama pata sati paridan. After her midday bath, Radharani takes another bath in the nectar of bodily luster, and she puts on the garment of shyness, which is her black silk sari. It's shama or black or dark. Sometimes it's dark blue. Krishnanuraga jatiya haruna basan pranayamana kanshuli kaya bhakka achadan. Srimati Radharani's affection for Krishna is her upper garment, which is pinkish in color. She then covers her breasts with another garment composed of affection and anger toward Krishna. Sundarya kunkuma saki pranoy chandan smita kanti karpura tin ange vilepan. Srimati Radharani's personal beauty is a reddish powder known as kumkum. Her affection for her associates is sandalwood pulp, and the sweetness of her smile is camphor. All these combined together are smeared over her body. Krishnera ujjvala ras mrigamara bar se mrigamare vichi rita kolevar. Conjugal love for Krishna is abundance of musk, and with that musk her whole body is decorated. Prachana mana bhamya damila vishyas Dhira dhiratmaka guna ange patabas. Craftiness and covered anger constitute the arrangement of her hair. The quality of anger due to jealousy is a silk garment covering her body. Raga tambula rage adara ujwala prema kotilya netra yugale kajala. Her attachment for Krishna is a reddish color of betel nuts on her brilliant lips. Her double dealings in loving affairs constitute the black ointment around her eyes. Sudipta sattvika bhava harshadi sanchari esa bhava bhushana saba ange bari. The ornaments decorating her body are the blazing ecstasies of goodness, and the constantly existing ecstasies headed by jubilation. All these ecstasies are the ornaments all over her body. Kila kinshitari baba vamshati bhushita gunashreni Pushpamala Sarvange Purita. Also ornamenting her body are the 20 kinds of ecstatic symptoms, beginning with Kila Kinchita. Her transcendental qualities constitute the flower garland hanging in fullness over her body. Sobhagya Tilak Charu Lalate Ujjvala Prema Vaichitya Ratna Hridaya Tarala. The tilak of good fortune is on her beautiful broad forehead. Her various loving affairs are a gem, and her heart is the locket. Madhya Vasaka, Madhya Vayasa Saki Skande Karanyas, Krishnalita Manovritis Saki Ashapash. Srimati Radharani's gopi friends are her mental activities, which are concentrated on the pastimes of Sri Krishna. She keeps her hand on the shoulder of her friend who represents youth. Nijanga Sorabalaye Garva Paryanka Tate Basi Ache Sada Chinte Krishna Sangha. Srimati Radharani's bedstead is pride itself, and it is situated in the abode of her bodily aroma. She is always seated there, thinking of Krishna's association. Krishna Nam Guna Yash, Avatam Shakhane, Krishna Nama Guna Yasha, Pravaha Vachane. Srimati Radharani's earrings are the name, fame, and qualities of Lord Krishna. The glories of Krishna's name, fame, and qualities are always inundating her speech. Krishna Ke Karaya Shama Rasa Madhu Pan Nirantara Purnakore Krishnara Sarvakam. Srimati Radharani induces Krishna to drink the honey of the conjugal relationship. She is therefore engaged in satisfying all the lusty desires of Krishna. Krishnara Vishuddha Prema Ratnera Akar Anupama Gunagana Purna Kolebar. Srimati Radharani is a mind filled with valuable jewels of love for Krishna. Her transcendental body is complete with unparalleled spiritual qualities. Ka Krishnasya Pranaya Janebu Srimati Radhikaika Kashyap Reyasi Anupama Guna Radhikaika Nachanya Jaimyam Keshe Drishi Taralatan Nishturadvam Kuchesha Vansha Purtyai Prabhavati Hare Radhikaika Nachanya. If one asked about the origin of love of Krishna, the answer is that the origin is Srimati Radharani alone. Who is the most dear friend of Krishna? The answer again is Srimati Radharani alone. No one else. Srimati Radharani's hair is very curly. Her two eyes are always moving to and fro, and her breasts are firm. Since all transcendental qualities are manifest in Srimati Radharani, she alone is able to fulfill all the desires of Krishna, no one else. There's a quotation from Sri Govinda Lilamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. It is a verse in the form of questions and answers describing the glories of Srimati Radharani. Jara Sobhagya Guna Banche Satyabhama Jaratai Kala Vilasa Suke Brajaram Jara Sundar Jadi Guna Banche Lakmi Parvati Jara Pativrata Dharma Banche Arundhati. From Satyabhama, one of the queens of Sri Krishna, even Satyabhama, one of the queens of Sri Krishna, desires the fortunate position and excellent qualities of Srimati Radharani. All the gopis learn the art of dressing from Srimati Radharani, and even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and the wife of Lord Shiva, Parvati, desire her beauty and qualities. Indeed, Arundhati, the celebrated chaste wife of Vishishta, also wants to imitate the chastity and religious principles of Srimati Radharani. Jara Sadguna Ganane Krishnana Pai Power. Pardon me. Jara Sadguna Ganane Krishnana Pai Par Tara Guna Ganibe Kimone Jivachar. Even Lord Krishna himself cannot reach the limit of the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. How then can an insignificant living entity count them? Prabhu Kohe Janilun Krishna Radha Prema Tattva Shunite Chahiye Duhara Bilasa Mahatva. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, "Now I have come to understand the truth of the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna. Nonetheless, I still want to hear about how both of them gloriously enjoy such love. Raya Kohe Krishna Hoy Dira Lalita Nirantara Kamakrita Jahara Charita. Rai Ramananda replied, Lord Krishna is Dira Lalita, for he can always keep his girlfriends in a subjugated state. Thus his only business is enjoying sense gratification. We should always remember that Krishna's sense gratification is never to be compared to the sense gratification in the material world. As we have already explained, Krishna's sense gratification is just like gold. The perverted reflection of that sense gratification found in the material world is just like iron. The purport is that Krishna is not impersonal. He has all the desires that are manifested in the perverted reflection within this material world. However, the qualities are different. One is spiritual and the other is material. Just as there is a difference between life and death, there is a difference between spiritual sense enjoyment and material sense gratification. Vidagdo navatarunya parihasa visarada nischinto diralalita shatpraya prayasi vasha. A person who is very cunning and always youthful, expert in joking, and without anxiety, and who can keep his girlfriends always subjugated, is called Dira Lalita. Ratri Dina Kunje Krita Kore Ruda Sange Kaishora Bayasa Safa Koila Krita Range. Day and night, Sri Krishna enjoys the company of Srimati Radharani in the bushes of Vrindavan. Thus his pre-youthful age is fulfilled through his affairs with Srimati Radharani. Vacha Suchita Sarvari Rati Kala Pragobhyaya Radhikam Vrida Kunchita Lochanam Mirachayan Agre Sakinamaso Tad Vakshoruha Chitrakeli Makari Panditya Panamgata Kaishoram Safali Karoti Kalayan Kunje Viharan Hari. Thus Sri Krishna spoke of the sexual activities of the previous night. In this way made Srimati Radharani close her eyes out of shyness. Taking this opportunity, Sri Krishna painted various types of dolphins on her breasts. Thus he became a very expert artist for all the gopis. During such pastimes, the Lord enjoyed the fulfillment of his youth. Prabhu kohe eho hoy age koho ar raya kohe iha mai buddhigate nahiar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, this is all very nice, but please continue. At that time, Rai Ramananda replied, I don't think my intelligence goes beyond this. Jeba prema vilasa vivarta ek hoy tahashuni tomara sukha hoy kina hoy. Rai Ramananda then informed Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that there was another topic known as prema vilasa vivarta. You may hear of this from me, Ramananda Roy said, but I do not know whether you will be happy with it or not. These statements are set forth for our understanding according to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhashya. In essence, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Ramananda Roy, my dear Ramananda, the explanation you have given about the goal of life and the pastimes of Srimati Radharani and Krishna is certainly the truth. Although this is factual, you can continue telling me more if there is anything more to say. In reply, Ramananda Roy said, I do not think I have anything to say beyond this, but there is a topic known as Prema Vilasa Vivarta, which I may explain to you. I do not know whether it will bring you happiness or not. Eta Bodhayapana Krita Gita Ek Gahila Prema Prabhu Svahaste Tara Mukha Chadila. Saying this, Ramananda Roy began to sing a song he had composed, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of the ecstasy of love of God, had immediately covered Ramananda's mouth with his own hand. The topics that are about to be discussed between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya cannot be understood by a materialistic poet, nor by intelligence or material perception. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur states that the spiritual mellow can be realized only when one is situated on the transcendental platform beyond the material stage of goodness. That platform is called Vishuddha Sattva. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. Realization of the Vishuddha Sattva platform is beyond the pale of the material world and is not perceived by bodily senses or mental speculation. Our identification with the gross body and subtle mind is different from spiritual understanding. Since the intelligence and mind are material, the loving affairs of Sri Radha and Krishna are beyond their perception. Sarvopadi vinir muktam tatparat vena nirmalam. When we are free from all material designations and our senses are completely purified, by the bhakti process we can understand the sense activities of the absolute truth. Rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhakti ruchate. The spiritual senses are beyond the material senses. A materialist can think only of the negation of material variety. He cannot understand spiritual variety. He thinks that spiritual variety simply contradicts material variety and is a negation or void. But such conceptions cannot even reach the precincts of spiritual realization. The wonderful activities of the gross body and subtle mind are always imperfect. They are below the degree of spiritual understanding and are ephemeral. The spiritual mellow is eternally wonderful and is described as Purna Shuddha Nitya Mukta. That is complete, perfectly pure and eternally liberated from all material conceptions. Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Binatvam Namanamino. That verse. Namachintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purno Shuddho Nitya Mukto Binatvam Namanamino. That Krishna, like his name, is always pure, always in the transcendental position, having nothing to do with this material world. Krishna in his name is always completely on the Nirguna platform, the liberated platform. When we are unable to fulfill our material desires, there's certainly sorrow and confusion. This may be described as vivarta, but in spiritual life there is no sorrow, inebriety, or imperfection. Srila Ramananda Raya was very expert in realizing the spiritual activities of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, and Ramananda's spiritual experience was placed before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as he inquired whether the Lord approved his realization of spiritual truth. There are 3 books prominent in this connection. One was written by Bhaktidas Bal and is called Vivarta Vilas. Another was compiled by Jagannananda Pandit and is called Prema Vivarta. Sri Ramananda Roy's book is called Prema Vilas Vivarta. The Vivarta Vilas by Bhaktidas Bal is completely different from the other 2 books. Sometimes a university student or professor tries to study these transcendental literatures and attempts to put forth a critical analysis from the mundane view with an end to receiving degrees like a PhD. Such realization is certainly different from that of Ramananda Roy. If one actually wants to take a PhD degree from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and be approved by Ramananda Roy, He must first become free from all material designations. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparat vena nirmalam. A person who identifies with his material body cannot understand these talks between Sri Ramananda Raya and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Man-made religious scriptures and transcendental philosophical talks are quite different. Indeed, there is a gulf of difference between the two. This subject matter has been very diligently described by Sriman Madhvacharya. Such material philosophers are situated in the material conception of life and are unable to realize the spiritual prema vilasa vivarta. They cannot accommodate an elephant upon a dish. Similarly, mundane speculators cannot capture the spiritual elephant within their limited conception. It is just like a frog trying to measure the Atlantic Ocean by imagining it so many times larger than his will. Materialistic philosophers and sahajas cannot understand the talks between Ramananda Roy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu concerning the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. The only tendency of the impersonalists or the Prakriti Sahajas is to face the platform of impersonalism. They cannot understand spiritual variegatedness. Consequently, when Ramananda Roy attempted to sing his own verses, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stopped him by covering his mouth with his own hand. And here, Pahilahi raga nayana bhange bela anubdina bandala abadina gela naso ramana no hama ramani duhumana mano baba peshala jani esaki sesa prema kahini kanutane kahabi vichurala jani na kunjalun duti na kunjalun an duhu keri milane madhya tha panchaban absohi viraga tahu belik duti su puruka premaki aichanariti. Alas, before we met, there was an initial attachment between us, brought about by an exchange of glances. In this way, attachment evolved. That attachment has gradually grown, and there is no limit to it. Now that attachment has become a natural sequence between ourselves. It is not that it is due to Krishna, the enjoyer, nor is it due to me, for I am the enjoyed. It is not like that. This attachment was made possible by mutual meeting. This mutual exchange of attraction is known as Manubhava, or Cupid. Krishna's mind and my mind have merged together now during this time of separation. It is very difficult to explain these loving affairs. My dear friend, though Krishna might have forgotten all these things, you can understand and bring this message to him. But during our first meeting, there was no messenger between us, nor did I request anyone to see him. Indeed, Cupid's 5 arrows are via media. Now, during this separation, that attraction is increased to another ecstatic state. My dear friend, please act as a messenger on my behalf, because if one is in love with a beautiful person, this is the consequence. These verses were originally composed and sung by Ramananda Roy himself. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur suggests that during the time of conjugal attachment, the attachment might be compared to Cupid himself. However, during the period of separation, Cupid becomes a messenger of highly elevated love. This is called prema vilasa vivarta. When there is separation, conjugal attachment itself acts like a messenger, and that messenger was addressed by Srimati Radharani as a friend. The essence of this transaction is that transcendental loving affairs are as relishable during separation as during conjugal enjoyment. When Srimati Radharani was fully absorbed in love of Krishna, she mistook a black tamal tree for Krishna and embraced it. Such a mistake is called prema vilasa vivarta. Radhaya bhavatascha chita jatuni svedar vilapya kramad yunjan adri nikunja kunjarapate nirduta beda brahmanam. Pardon me. Yunjamadri nikunja kunjarapate nirduta beda brahmam chitraya swayam anvaran jayad iha brahmanda harmyodare buyobir navaraga hingula barai shringara karukriti. O my Lord, you live in the forest of Govardhan Hill, and like the king of elephants, you are expert in the art of conjugal love. O Master of the universe, your heart and Srimati Radharani's heart are just like shellac and are now melted in your spiritual perspiration. Therefore, one can no longer distinguish between you and Srimati Radharani. Now you have mixed your newly invoked affection, which is like vermilion, with your melted hearts, and for the benefit of the whole world, you have painted both your hearts red within this great palace of the universe. This verse, quoted by Ramananda Raya, is included in Srila Rupa Goswami's Ujjvala Nilamani. Prabhu kohe sadya vastura avadi ahoy tomara prasadi iha janilun nisjoy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu confirmed these verses recited by Sri Ramananda Raya, saying, "This is the limit of the goal of human life. Only by your mercy have I come to understand it conclusively. Sadya bastu sadhana binu keho nahi pai kripa kore kaharai pavaru upai." The goal of life cannot be achieved unless one practices the process. Now, being merciful upon me, please explain that means by which this goal can be attained. Raya kohe je kaho se kohe bani ki kohe ye balomanda kichu na jani. Sri Ramananda Raya replied, "I do not know what I am saying, but you have made me speak what I have spoken, be it good or bad. I am simply repeating that message. Tribhuvana madhye aiche hoy kondira, jetomara mayanate hoybeka stira." Within these three worlds, who is so undisturbed that he can remain steady as you manipulate your different energies? Muramuke Bhakta tumi hao shrota adyanta rahasya shuna sadanera kata. Actually, you are speaking through my mouth, and at the same time you are listening. This is very mysterious. Anyway, kindly hear the explanation of the process by which the goal can be attained. Radha Krishnera Lila Ayati Gudatar Dasha Vatsa Jadi Babe Nahoy Gochar. The pastimes of Radha and Krishna are very confidential. They cannot be understood by the mellows or through the mellows of servitude, fraternity, or parental affection. Sabi ek saki ganer ihan adhikar saki hoite hoy e lila rabistar. Actually, only the gopis had the right to appreciate these transcendental pastimes, and only from them can these pastimes be expanded. And that's really the reason why Mahaprabhu has sought out Ramananda Raya. Actually, only the gopis have the right to appreciate these transcendental pastimes, and only from them can these pastimes be expanded. Saki binay lila pushtana hi hoy, saki lila vishtariya, saki ashvadoy. Without the gopis, these pastimes between Radha and Krishna cannot be nourished. Only by their cooperation are such pastimes broadcast. It is their business to taste the mellows. So tomorrow I'll continue with this conversation between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Raya. This very essential part of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Hare Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Maranaman Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Dharadhara Shiva Sadi Gora Bhakta Vrinda Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Echai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jaite Vignana Shabishta Puran Echai Gosai Jar Mui Taranas Kastava Padarenu Mora Panchagas Hare Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebas Janame Janame More Abilas Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Goilabas Radha Krishna Madhya-lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Manjai Aman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuna Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koriyas Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo. Haribo. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyasta Tarasata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyasta Tarasata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Shri Gaurabhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmala Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Acharya Vrinda Ki Jai. Sri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Sri Dham Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Sri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Sri Koladvip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Sham Khana Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.